Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop. I want to say a warm welcome to all of you new subscribers. A huge thank you to you members that help support the channel monthly for all the content. I don't get anything sent to me for free, so everything you see on the channel is purchased by myself and through the support of all of you guys. Another thank you to everyone that uses the Element Games affiliate link. If you use the link in the description, you save yourself 20% off your Warhammer goodness, and then if you use the crystal code, you'll also build up double the amount of crystals, which you can use later off to get even more money off your Warhammer products. So we'll start the video off with the Warhammer community website right here. So we'll start off by looking at the news from the, 29th of October, which was the Saturday, and there's a look at the pre-orders from Black Library, such as Eisenhorn the Omnibus. If you've never read Eisenhorn, I can't recommend this book enough out of all of the Warhammer 40,000 books out there. If you're new to the hobby, please do pick up this book. You got the Successors of Space Marine Anthology, and a couple of other books in different languages. The pre-order for last weekend was all of the Votann release, and when I say all of them, pretty much, yeah, every single thing for Votann. So you had the Codex, the limited edition Codex, the special edition. You had the Combat Patrol for them. You got some characters and some units, and some of the vehicles as well. So they just threw all of them at you at once. I would have preferred it to be sort of staggered over 3 or 4 weeks, but there we go. Had some dice, some cards, and then I say a new vehicle for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. It's just the Deimos pattern Predator support tank. We had the Predator tank a few weeks ago, actually almost a month ago, and now we're getting the support tank that has no less than 5 different turret weapons. Definitely going to be picking up a few of those. But Forge World really hit it out the park with the announcement of Corswain, the Death Guard Legion Praetors, the shoulder pads and the heads, as well as some Blood Angels heads and shoulder pads, and that was about it to pre-order. The next day, on the Sunday, usually about 6 o'clock, they put up an article about what's going to be up for pre-order the week after. So all of these will be up for pre-order today, this morning. You've got the Slaves to Darkness army set, which I've really been looking forward to. It's got the new demon prints in there. It's got some Myrmidons. You've got some Chosen, 10 of them in fact. It is a bit, I'd say, small on the content for an army box set. It's more akin of what I'd call like a start collecting, but that demon prints is pretty good. So I'll try and pick up that. Then you had the Ogre More Tribes Battle Tome and the Vanguard box set, a character, and some Man-Eaters, some cards, some War Scroll cards, and some dice. Then you had the Vanguard Sylvaneth, some cards for Sons of Behemat. And then for Warhammer the Horus Heresy, we actually got the release of Liber Imperium, the Forces of the Emperor army book. So this has your Custodes and the Assassins, as well as Solar Auxilia and Sisters of Silence. Speaking of Assassins, they're also releasing all of the 3 Assassins. I think they're going to be on Forge World, because I haven't seen a price list for Games Workshop, and it doesn't really mention Forge World anywhere in those 3. Maybe it does in their separate articles, but they certainly weren't up for pre-order on the Friday. I'm doing this video on the Saturday, so if you are watching this, by the time you're watching this, they probably are up on Forge World's website. So you got the 3 new Assassins, including Deadpool. You got the Solar Auxilia tank crew, the Surgeon Primus Avos, Jovan, Medicae Orderlies, and the Rapier batteries, as well as some Iron Hands upgrades and Night Lords upgrades, all made to order. So if you've got any interest in Mark II and Mark III Space Marines for those legions, or even Mark 2 and Mark 4, then, it's now worth picking them up made to order, because I haven't seen the other Legion made to order accessories go up again. So they really are sticking to it. They might be made to order again in another 10 years, who knows. But then you've got some Necromunda cards and some Promethean tanks refueling stations. I like the sort of walkway on the top, and you've got a load of tools and some hoses and tubing. And then you've got the Promethean tanks on Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler trailer. I can foresee someone making a really, really long, Ridge Hauler. You've got the Goliath Ash Waste upgrade set, obviously for Goliath. You've got Shadow Sun Patient Hunter Special Edition book, in a nice blue. You've got Only War, Stories from the 41st Millennium, Conquest Unbound, Kragnos, I think that's available in paperback now, The Emperor's Finest, Inferno, back with 12 short stories, and then you've got this Marvel Warhammer 40,000 Sisters of Battle compendium thing. Issues 1 to 5 in one book. And then Warhammer Plus, we had Angels of Death Final Cut, so you could watch the full thing without any gaps, I guess, in picking per each episode, which is nice. You get battle report there for Age of Sigmar, and then Lore Masters for Storm Hosts. So quite a lot in last week's pre-order sort of article. Necromunda, we've got Chem Dealers and Brute Handlers join Necromunda's most swole bounty hunter. So they're using the word swole there. It's, pretty good there, that one. Gorshiv Hammerfist. It's got dual hammers. You got this one. Chem Dealers. That's it for Necromunda. You've got Slaves to Darkness, prepare to unleash chaos on the mortal realms. So this is a look at the new Chaos Warrior models. They look amazing. Can't wait to pick them up. So cool. And all the knights. And then a Exalted Hero. I think the helmet should be a bit bigger, or the width of it, but other than that, quite nice. And then you've got a Chaos Lord mounted, which is amazing. And then you've got the book, and I'm sure there'll be a few other things as well. Lead the Astra Militarum from the front with the legendary Lord Solar Leontus. Odd. It's a mechanical horse, kind of, sort of. I think a lot of people didn't think it was because of the tail and the ivory kind of white legs. I like what he's stood on. This plastic destroyed Reaver head. That's quite cool. And the book cover looks incredible too. Very Age of Sigmar though, I have to say. It's hard to do horses in 40k or whatever without it being Age of Sigmar. I think anyway. Got Warhammer Underworlds Narwood. So these are some of the war bands from the community. Got the Crimson Court, Morgoth's Crushers, Spikeclaw Swarms. So, that's cool. Can win some of the prizes as well. Fight to draw the Eye of the Gods in Battle Tome Slaves to Darkness. So a look at the new Battle Tome. And the different marks. Watch the feature-length final cut on Warhammer Plus right now. Wrap yourself up in words with Christmas releases from Black Library. So you've got a new Gobbo's book, The Gobbo's Demise by Denny Flowers. I will be picking this up because that was quite a fun story. That looks like quite a thick book though, looking on there. Only War, the short stories, Conquest Unbound, and Heirs of the Emperor. Now, I was looking at this and thought, oh yeah, that's, brand new. It looks thick, all the rest of it, but no, all it is they just have bundled in Blood of the Emperor, Signs of the Emperor, and Sons of the Emperor. So 27 tales in there. I really enjoyed those 3 books. Yeah, there are some memorable parts, and it does give you a bit more of an insight into the Primarchs on top of their individual novels. So if you haven't got any of those 3 books, I'd also recommend this as the Emperor anthology, especially if you've read the Horus Lupercal anthology book. You got Battle Sloane Slaves to Darkness has new war scrolls to bring ruin to the mortal realms. So they give you a little look at these Ogroid Theridons. I thought they were Myrmidons, my bad. And then you've got Chaos Chosen. And then Bringers of Desolation, Murderous Weapons, so on. Now, they had a Rogel Dawn size comparison. They sometimes do size comparisons with things, but as you can see, it's fair bit chunkier than a Lehman Russ. Obviously, it's nowhere near as big as a Baneblade, but if you look at the stat line here, specifically, it's got it's slightly stronger, slightly tougher. It's got 4 extra wounds, and it has a better leadership. The cannon as well, the Oppressor cannon, is even longer range than the Battle cannon, better strength, and has a better AP and more damage, so it's an upgrade all round. Baneblade got some new rules though. The Baneblade is now Toughness 9, and it has a few more wounds as well. There was a look at the Apocrypha Necromunda, battle it out for Gunk and Glory in a free scenario. There was Warhammer 40,000 Meta Watch. Then Horus Heresy Thursday. Finally, this has given me a lot of hope for plastic Xiphons, plastic Deredios, plastic everything now. I wasn't 100% sure that they'd do this, but because they brought out their plastic Deimos Rhino kit, I could envisage a separate sprue just for that top weapon. Would have been nice if they gave us another top weapon as well, rather than just this Scorpius launcher. I don't know, like the Whirlwind missile launcher, because you can use that in Horus Heresy, but then I guess people wouldn't buy that kit. They'd only buy this kit. But then, we've got multiple Predator kits out in the wild now, all for the same price. So, but yeah, I was very happy with this, because I've held off getting a Scorpius and spending, it might even have been £64 at the end. You got the Events Open 2022, got new from Forge World. They did this article yesterday, I think, showing the made to order minis. No view of the Assassins yet though. And then amazing entries from the Warhammer Staff Legends of the Paint event. And then they had this article yesterday. The Goth Rocker takes stage as this year's commemorative Christmas superstar. So you've got the Goth Rocker. I will be picking him up, obviously, because I do like orcs. And I have a big orc army. Looks pretty decent. Seems like he's got like a microphone in the shape of like a grenade, and then a squig amp or squamp. I don't know what you'd call it. But yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, that's this year's model. So we haven't got another red gobbo. We've got a completely different orc, which is always good. And that's it for all of the news. Let's jump on over to Forge World and have a look at, I'm hoping, the Assassins and all the made to order Legion stuff. So here we are on Forge World's web store, and they do have a couple of extra sort of tiles and things. So we've still got the Death Guard and Praetor tile there, but we've got this new Night Lords and Iron Hands tile, and the new Solar Auxilia and Assassins tile. So if we click on new, and we go to pre-orders, yeah, we'll also click on made to order too, because then that shows everything that's pretty much out yesterday and today. So it starts off with the Solar Auxilia, Surgeon, Primus, Avos, Jovan, and Medicae Orderlies. I'm not sure whether this came out before. I think it did. I can't remember it being £62.50 though. It seems quite pricey. It'll be delivered from the 12th of November, which of course is a week today. You're getting Surgeon, Primus, Avos, Jovan, and 2 Medicae Orderlies, as well as a Wounded Solar Auxilia soldier bound to an auto gurney. They're clad in unnerving medical masks. Consists of 19 resin components. That doesn't seem that many as well for the £62.50, but no doubt there's a fair bit of detail, and this automated gurney looks quite cool, like a mini tank kind of thing. Then you've got the Solar Auxilia Rapier battery quad launcher. That's quite fun. That's £36.50 though, for 19 resin components. Then you've got the Rapier battery multi-laser. Again, the sculpts look a little bit different on that, and you're getting 23 resin components, so you're actually getting a few more for that one. Corswain and the Death Guard Legion Praetor were up for pre-order last weekend, but then you've got Deadpool. I'm not a big fan of any of the assassins. If anything, I probably like the Infocyte the most, but this is the Clade Adamus assassin. £27.50 is an absolute joke. You know what you're getting with me, with my videos and reviews and unboxings and things, but even I had to take a double take at this price. It's £3.50 more than the amazing Emperor's Children Praetor. That's just too much now, Forge World. Almost £30 for a mini that really should be £18-20 maximum. I get it that they're only going to sell one, but you've got multiple people there with multiple legions that might all want an assassin. It's not like the Emperor's Children Praetor, everybody's going to get it. It's just going to be Emperor's Children players and collectors. Whereas this can apply to, all the legions if you wanted to take an assassin. I think it's, they're pricing this now at, I say Games Workshop prices, because we all know that one of these assassins in plastic, probably Games Workshop probably charge you £27.50 for it. So yeah, that's just too much. And again, I'm not a massive fan of the model. There's too much going on. It's aiming and about to grab the sword, but only with the finger and a thumb. Full sprint. Also, where is he running? Like, is he running away and firing, but yet about to go into melee? Like, there's so many questions with this model. I mean, whichever pose you go for, like with the pistol looking down or just running away, I don't get it. £27 too much. This one's not too bad, but again, it should be no more than like £20, I think. This one does have a fair few things going on, and I guess a little bit of a scenic base. I like the look of this one as well, with the servo skulls and this tail type thing. It's an information fueled saboteur, but £27.50 once again, 9 resin components. Way too much, Forge World. You've really dropped the ball on these prices for these ones. Then you've got the Clade Venom Assassin. I don't know what this body glove thing is going on, and this, I can't get over this kind of metal thong thing that it's wearing. I just can't get over that. Well, it's like a metal plate there over, and this extra body glove thing. It'd be all right if it was just one. The blade looks all right, and the needle pistol thing looks okay, and the little scenic base looks good, and pose isn't too bad. But yeah, this extra bit of armor or whatever, I'm not a fan of any of these 3 assassins, and the price really bugs me. The Death Guard Legion Praetor, very cool. That was up for pre-order last weekend. But then you got the Solar Auxilia Tank Crew, £21 for 3. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. £7 each, and they are whipping out massive weapons as well. You're getting 12 resin components, and look at all of the Solar Auxilia vehicle kits that these are compatible with. The Storm Hammers, the Malcadors, the armoured transports. You can use those in many of your vehicles, so that's great. You've got the Goliath Ash Waste upgrade set, £17.50, if you want to pick up those. Made to order from yesterday, you've got the Mark III Night Lords shoulder pads for £14.50 for 10 of those. The Mark IV shoulder pads for Iron Hands are made to order, so grab them while you can. The Blood Angels Mark VI heads are not made to order, so they'll be around for a while, and you get 11 of those. The Iron Hands Mark II shoulder pads, they're also made to order though. Death Guard was last week. Night Lords Mark 4 torsos, they are made to order. You're only getting 5 of those for £14.50, so it might be worth picking up 2 packs of them. The Night Lords Mark II shoulder pads, they're made to order. They look pretty cool. £14.50 for 10. And then the Mark III torsos, which I'm sure many people will be interested in. They're made to order, £14.50. Definitely get a couple of those. And also the Cataphractii shoulder pads for, well, technically 10 you're getting, but, 5 pairs, £14.50. Mark 6 shoulder pads for Blood Angels, they look pretty good. And then the Death Guard were last week as well. So at the moment, there's a lot of Legion-specific upgrade sets, and I just wish that they didn't have them made to order. There's so much that, okay, maybe there's no Mark II, but, there's certainly Mark III out there. There's Mark IV, there's Mark VI. There's a lot of marks. People are buying Mark IIIs in plastic and Mark IVs. There's just been this big revival in Horus Heresy because of all the plastic kits, and I just think it's silly that they just haven't them made to order. They should have them all as, somewhere on this web store, Legion specific accessories, upgrade sets, and have them in the Legion specific tab as well. But that's it for Forge World. A lot of pre-orders, a lot. And if you're going to pick the 3 assassins, say goodbye to about £82 or so. It's a lot, almost £100 for 3 small resin miniatures. It's just too much. They could have at least given you a bundle for like £60 or so. That, if they did a bundle for 3 assassins, like the assassin Clade, or I don't know what they'd call it, Execution Force probably, for 60, so that'd knock a couple, 20 quid off. I'd jump on that, but no, all individual minis and small and way too expensive. That's it from Forge World. Let's have a look at Games Workshop then. Right here at, fantastic. What a contrast. What a contrast. So you've got the Slaves to Darkness army set. I think this is going to be very popular. The models look amazing. I like all the other models that are coming out for them. It's a long time coming for us Chaos players and Slaves to Darkness collectors. We've got one of the best miniatures around for, well, I'd say building and painting. Archaon is just like incredible. And we've had some decent miniatures dotted about from time to time, and now we're getting this full release for them. So if we just click on new and exclusive, and we go on to pre-orders, 43 pre-orders, a few are from last week though. If we go high to low, right here, you've got, Leagues of Votan and Osgiliath were last week and a couple of weeks ago. Slaves to Darkness army set, this is probably why you're here though, £120. You can get a discount from Element Games to get it for about 96 using my Element Games affiliate link down below, and also using the crystal code. You'll get like, I think 48 crystals or something off your next purchase, which I think is like £4 or so, which is, it all adds up. So this is, so you've got 14 multi-part plastic miniatures. Not a huge number, but they're all new. And you're getting a nice special edition of the Slaves to Darkness battle tome for them. Miniatures look lovely. I'm really keen on this new Demon Prince. It's got a lot of options. Look at this. Fantastic. Actually got a big Demon Prince. You can use that in 40k as well. No issues there. I guess people have been proxying Be'lakor for the 40k goodness. Looks really good. Look at these Chosen. Very beefy. Yeah, fantastic. Can't wait to pick this up next weekend. You get Demon Prince, 10 Chaos Chosen, and 3 Ogroid Theridons. I don't know why I was calling them Myrmidons, but you got the 128 page hardback book. That's fine. It's a decent size. It's way past the 100 page mark. The problem is I really enjoyed my second edition Slaves to Darkness book. So I hope this is lives up to it. You're getting your War Scroll cards, you're getting your enhancement cards, and you're getting your token sheets as well. So very nice army set, all new miniatures. Can't wait. Then moving down, I'll only point out like the new releases. So you got Vanguard Sylvaneth, £80 for that Vanguard set, like the Combat Patrol. Vanguard Ogre More Tribes, also £80. You've got the Battle Tome for Ogre More Tribes, limited edition, £55 there, and it doesn't say, and it explains that it's got 104 page. It's got 104 pages. There's only 500 of them. That's, yeah, they're individually numbered. I don't think the 40k ones are anymore. But yeah, just over 100 pages. Nice cover art. I like that. You got some man-eaters available separately for £55. Shadow Sun, the Patient Hunter, limited edition. Is this out of stock already? No, it's not. It's written and signed by Phil Kelly, though, which is great. He's the key Tau author. You've got the Deimos Pattern Predator Support Tank, which was last weekend. You've got the Liber Imperium Forces of the Emperor Army book, £37.50, quite pricey, but I'm just in it for the artwork. I really am. I think these books are fantastic. Yes, they're £37.50, but there's a lot of content. At least they're not kind of like the £45 that the Starties books were. You are getting a decent number of pages, 140 pages there. Yes, it would have been great if this was like £30, but I've been very impressed with the quality of all these books, and I can't wait to get my hands on Rules. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Mr. Cavill will be picking up that book, I am sure. And looking at his Golden Boys, you've got the Promethean Tanks on Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler trailer, £36 for that one. Yeah, the Ridge trailers are always quite expensive. You've got the Ogre More Tribes Standard Edition Battle Tome, £32.50. You've then got the Promethean Tanks Refueling Station, £28. So yes, that does mean it's going to cost you £64 to get some tanks, some Promethean tanks, and the Ridge Hauler trailer. Yeah, quite pricey. You got the Blood Pelt Hunter, £27.50. They seem to be doing a lot of this now, putting characters at this £27.50 price point, which I think is a lot. You got the dice set as well, £25 now for 20 dice. We're way past the more than £1 per dice point. Look at these characters though. I know it's a new release, but they're not £27.50. Probably because they're the new release. You got the War Scroll cards for Sons of Bahamut and the Ogre More Tribes. Then you've got the Marvel Warhammer 40,000 Sisters of Battle comic compendium with the first 5 issues. I think that'll be quite popular. You've got the Goliath Vehicle Gang Tactics cards for £11, and then you've got some books, The Conquest Unbound in paperback for £8.99, Inferno, The Emperor's Finest in paperback for £8.99, Kragnos in paperback for £8.99, and Successors in paperback for £8.99, as well as Stories from the 31st Millennium for £8.99. So a lot of paperback books here. I think you can pick many of them up from like Element Games for a bit cheaper. So just bear that in mind. And that's it for all the pre-orders. A lot of pre-orders, a lot of Age of Sigmar. You know, we had a lot of 40k in Horus Heresy last week. Now we've got a lot of Age of Sigmar. I'm thinking of next week moving more into Age of Sigmar rather than Horus Heresy, just for like a week or two. Definitely going to be showcasing all these miniatures. Next weekend's live stream will be going through the Slaves of Darkness army set. I'll probably build the Demon Prince if I can in that live stream. Really looking forward to that. And yeah, as I say, I'll probably do Age of Sigmar for a week, because I know that, you know, people like the Age of Sigmar content on this channel, and I think that, you know, 40k and specifically Horus Heresy for the past few months has taken the spotlight. So I'd like to showcase some more Age of Sigmar. And that is it for this news and pre-order video today. Very, very big one today. A lot of content to put in. Please do, as always, put down in the comments below what you're going to be picking up, what you pre-ordered, what's on its way. It'd be great to hear from you guys, and hopefully you'll join me in the live streams. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.